Hey guys, this is Smelling Roses. Today we're back again in the Jefferson National Forest. We're just a few miles south of the town of Coeburn, Virginia. And this is the Guest River Gorge recreation area. As the name implies, the trail here follows the Guest River as it cuts its way through the mountain on its way down to the Clinch River. This area is part of the program known as Rails to Trails. They've taken old, no longer used railroad lines, torn up the tracks, and just left the bed, the railroad bed, as a trail. So you can see it's very wide, very smooth, easy walking. Trail is suitable for hiking, biking. It's even wheelchair accessible. There are a lot of trestles that are now footbridges. Trail passes through some tunnels, and all along you got some pretty good views here of the Guest River. Also, there are places where there are some unofficial trails that allow you to pretty easily get down to the bank of the river. And looks like a pretty cool area. The whole trail is just about 6 miles long, and due to time constraints I won't have time to walk the whole length. Just came down to see what it was about, and I'll share a little bit of it with you now. So check it out. Okay, you can see here one of the railroad trestles converted into a footbridge for the trail. Very nicely done. Nice view of the Guest River as it slowly makes its way down to meet up with the Clinch, roughly about 6 miles downriver from this location. Okay, so I made my way down to the bank of the river, and you can see here one of the old railroad trestles that is now converted into a footbridge for the trail. So there are a number of very interesting rock formations along the trail. You can see them off to the sides in the woods and down by the river. But we also have to remember this trail follows an old railroad line, and you can see rock faces such as this that are probably not natural. This was most likely would have been cut during the construction of the railroad line. So we have to look at these and make a determination if it's a natural formation or if it's man-made. And certainly this rock face here was cut during construction of the railroad. Along with that, no doubt many of the rocks that are strewn to the side of the trail were not placed there naturally, but just left behind as construction debris. Here we have further evidence of the old rail line that used to be here. This marker. yeah, I just climbed out here on these rocks to get a better view of the river in this area. And just want to remind everybody that anytime you're out in an area such as this and you're rock hopping or rock scrambling or whatever the case may be, just remember that it's actually very dangerous. You have to take extreme precaution. Sometimes even very large rocks such as these can be balanced, just barely balanced, and any kind of movement or weight that you put on it can cause it to shift, and you can fall. You can get a sprained ankle, broken bones, I mean, you name it. The last thing you want to do is be at a river like this and trip up and fall, knock yourself out on a rock, fall in the river and drown. So you just want to take extreme precaution anytime you're jumping on rocks. It's very dangerous, and you also have to remember that although we're not that far from civilization here, it would still take a long time for help to arrive should it be required. This isn't the same thing as jumping over some bushes in front of your house with 10 neighbors watching you, ready to dial 911. If something happens to you out here, you could really be in bad shape. So just please remember that. Always be safe, be careful when you're on the trail. Okay, so these are the kinds of things that I personally find so amazing. I don't know if you can see it well in the video, but we got this really massive pine tree just coming right out of this rock face here. I know pines don't have very deep roots, but who knows where the roots of this tree are going. But subhanAllah, it's still standing there. Truly amazing. And we've come to a tunnel along the trail. I'm going to estimate this tunnel is probably 250 to 300 feet in length, maybe. Unfortunate graffiti along the walls. I really hate to see that. People should respect these public places. I'm sure they're not painting graffiti on the sidewalk in front of their house or on the walls of their house or leaving trash in the yard, but unfortunately they feel a need to do it in our public spaces. And we're emerging from the other side of the tunnel.